tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Charikanona, I'm very happy to be present today to give this some talk on your 60th birthday. As you celebrate your 60th birthday, you can look back at your life and rejoice in the amazing work you have done for so many years. Most especially as a child rights and human rights lawyer. In addition, your work and dedication to the peace initiatives related to the Vishwaniketan International Peace Center are truly admirable. Your efforts have touched and inspired so many people. We have known each other for many years. So many times I have seen how you work tirelessly to help others during disasters and natural calamities. I have seen your leadership strength as you serve humanity with a great courage and passion. Think of the thousands of lives you have transformed through your programs in prisons in Sri Lanka, taking care of the orphan girls during the war, and the work with pregnant women all across Sri Lanka. Quiet and humble, but larger than life. A lady who has lived an exemplary life. I share my blessings with you and wish you a peaceful, joyful, and long life, Charikanona. Awakening a loving and forgiving heart. There are two profound words in today's topic that Dr. Charika Maharasingh has chosen: love and forgiveness. Two words that represent a deep spiritual meaning, yet these two words, love and forgiveness, have an elusive side. No matter how much we explore them, there seems to be a little bit more depth in them each time. Maybe that is why she chose this topic for her birthday inspiration. If you ever manage to get these two virtues right, your life will become an amazing journey. It will be a blessing to yourself and a blessing to those who are part of your life. A blessing to those who cross the path of your life and the karmic companions in your life. So let us try to explore and understand how to awaken, how to nurture the virtues of love and forgiveness in our hearts. I'm sure you have read many books and might have listened to many lectures about them. I think today we will approach this topic from an introspective perspective. Shall we begin today by turning the spotlight on yourself and becoming introspective? To become introspective is to turn attention inward and become self-aware. And then understand things from a perspective of personal experience. Let's first look at the virtue of love. There is a love story in your life. It could be a happy, sad, or confusing one. Or it could be a story with painful memories, joyful moments, and wonder in it. When I say a love story, what am I referring to? I mean the warmth and nurturing of love that has brought meaning to your life, or the emotional, sensual love that has taken away the joy and happiness in you, or some might say, ruined your life. We are going to look at two aspects of this story. First, the love you experience from others, your partners, family, friends. Let's say that it is an external love, which will always remain an important part of the human experience. We can't make sense of things if we don't feel love from others. The second aspect is the experience of love that gets generated in your heart. Let us say that is spiritual love. In Buddhism, we call it metta. Such love brings you deeper fulfillment than the pleasures you experience from the first kind. Because the ultimate deep fulfillment of love comes from your heart. If you fail to connect with love in your heart, love will remain a mystery, no matter how much others offer love to you. And you will not know the real fulfillment of love. From birth till death, we feel an urge to experience love. It's natural. We want to love and to be loved by others. That urge is often misinterpreted. And you think if you get others to love you, or when you receive love from others, that urge will be fulfilled. That is why our efforts to find fulfillment with love are often met with disappointments, conflicts, and disaster. The best way to address that natural inner urge or fulfill it is to become a more loving person. Because if you are a loving person who has nurtured the loving nature in your heart, you're naturally attractive. You're naturally attractive. And it's easier for others to love you and care about you. The positive vibes you radiate from love make you a beautiful person. When you become a loving person, it is easier for others to love you and even forgive your weaknesses. When you become a loving person, when you're connected to the warmth in your heart, you do not need to try to prove to others that you are a loving person. Because the invisible energy of love naturally soothes the senses of others, and they know that you are a loving person. You can't cheat, you can't fool others. We have the ability to unconsciously detect the presence of love. Do you agree? We all have experienced moments when you have felt and been nurtured by the presence of a loving person. You need to ask yourself often, Am I a loving person? It's a good place to start with. Am I a loving person? Do others feel my love? Believing that you are a loving person is not good enough. You have to ask this question: do others feel my love? If others are not feeling and responding, you need to look at it more closely. If you cannot figure it out, ask your wife or husband or close friend, am I a loving person? I'm sure they will have no problems to tell you the truth, although some may be scared to tell the truth. The consequences could create a lot of conflicts. That is why you need to be genuine and communicate clearly your interest to hear the truth. It is not difficult to understand that a genuinely loving person is a genuinely happy person. The happiness that flows from the warmth of love is called mudita, or selfless happiness. Eventually, you will not be able to separate happiness and love. You will not be able to separate self love and love for others. When love awakens within you, egocentric perception of yourself is over. Because the whole foundation of our life is based on egocentric perception of self. The separation between you and me is over. You radiate warmth that is completely free from the influence of ego and selfishness. Your effort to nurture the loving nature in the beginning should be focused on just increasing loving moments in your life. Increase loving interactions, especially during the day with others. Becoming a loving person is the final goal. You can slowly move forward and achieve that goal by increasing loving moments day by day. Keep practicing it, and eventually you will get there. When you awaken love in your heart, love becomes a one-way path. What does that mean? What do I mean by a one-way path? When you love someone, and if that person does not love you back, what happens? You get hurt. You might even hate that person or go as far as hurting that person. This happens often when you interpret an emotional connection with emotional attachment as love. Giving happens with the condition that you also receive. That is two-way. When loving energy rises from your heart, feelings that flow from within gives you a complete fulfillment of love. It does not matter whether others love you or not. The impact and the effect of the loving energy that rises within is what we call the real joy of love. When you experience the joy of love, it is an experience of freedom. To love is to be free, which means your dependency on others to bring your dependency on others to bring fulfillment of love into your life is over. Which also means you do not depend on others' behavior, such as um, how others treat you or what others tell you to feel joy in your life. How others react to you, respond to you, accept or reject you, do not change the warmth of love within you and do not reduce the fulfillment of love that flows from your heart. In other words, a truly loving person does not feel bad or suffer when others do not love him or her. You know why? First of all, a truly loving person will not have such a problem. What I mean by that is, if you are genuinely loving, it is hard for others not to like you or not to love you. You don't suffer when others don't love you because your definition and expectations of love has changed. When love awakens within you, you know very clearly where the ultimate fulfillment of love comes from. It comes from the positive energy that rises within you. So you're satisfied, you're joyful, and nobody can take it away. Or others' behavior cannot dim the light in your heart. Not possible. If you know why you should be a loving person, or do you know why you should be a loving person? Because if you're not, your life will be miserable for you. Person who is not loving is an unhappy person because his or her heart is sleeping. As heart awakens, you become a loving person. A loving person is a happy person because love and happiness coexist. You cannot separate them. They are inseparable. Love is a current. As the energy runs through you, you get charged by it. So loving people don't feel lonely. And when others feel the vibrations of the current of love, they get inspired and get nurtured by that. That is when a selfless connection happens. It could be a person, an animal, or a flower. It's a beautiful, nurturing experience. Such love does not flee or move away quickly like regular emotional love. the current gets absorbed into your life, the impact can last for a lifetime. The person who is giving and the person who is receiving love, become one. As the current of love touches the other person, that person naturally, effortlessly begin to radiate the same current. I'm experimenting these days myself because I live most of the time on my own, by myself. I have completed 15 months. There are now no houses around here, surrounded by forest. And go out, look at the birds, animals, flowers. It's amazing that how deeply you can connect with them. And I have never had one moment of loneliness, even during the cold, dark winter time that just have passed. So it is magical when that connection happens. There is neither a giver nor a taker between two people. Only the union of two hearts. There is perfect fulfillment in that moment. That is the moment you touch the divine within you and you reach the divine within the other. It could be, as I said, animal, a flower, a bird, insect. There is perfect peace, unity and harmony between two people, between a person and a tree, a flower, a bird, an animal. In such a moment, richness and fulfillment that you feel takes away any loneliness, fear, anger, sadness, bitterness. Get taken away from your life. In that moment, you know, you feel, you understand what real freedom means. To awaken a loving heart, you need to plan and set goals and act on them. Because if you don't, nobody will and nobody can help you. If you're not willing to act, do not expect to reap the rewards of love, experience the joy of love. It has to come from within. So you have to prepare to nurture that part of you. You can start by taking an interest in what is not loving in your behavior. Your thoughts, words, and action. Reflect on them and think of ways to change them. Every day when you wake up in the morning, it is the best time to reset your mind, and choose to bring a loving attitude. We all are capable of doing that if we truly, truly care, if we truly want. Loving energy, reset your mind and choose to bring loving attitude, loving energy, and loving presence into your life. Even before you get out of bed, relax for a few minutes. Remember, when you choose to be a loving person, it becomes easier to love because our selfish emotions are always competing to take space in our minds and prevent energy flowing from our hearts. Think loving thoughts and lead the mind into a loving state, loving mental state. Practice what we call loving kindness meditation for a few minutes, directing the mind consciously chosen loving thoughts. You think consciously chosen loving thoughts and feel them deeply. So you can even close your eyes, feel the body, relax the body, breathe into your heart, bring in a gentle smile to your face, and as you breathe out, visualize you becoming stronger, you becoming a more loving person. Visualize that you are going to bring a loving presence to your day, and you're going to make sure that those who cross your path on this day is going to feel something positive from you. You begin this loving kindness, thinking, may I be kind, loving, and patient. Very good, some simple thing like this. When you're kind, you're happy. When you're loving, you're happy. So if you truly care about your happiness, to be happy, you need to nurture them. So what are you doing to nurture them? You're simply expecting them to be there in your life and give the perfect fulfillment, and you're not willing to take any action or reflect on things and make positive or conscious choices. So you have to think, may I be kind, loving, and patient every hour of the day today. May my thoughts, words, and actions bring peace, happiness, and harmony to others. So you bring in that good intention, remind yourself, and come to that place of strength within you and make a commitment, and you know that you can do it. And I do this all the time when I go on long trips. And I sit down for a few minutes, breathe in and relax, and I tell myself, nothing and nobody is going to disturb me until I get there, maybe in 24 hours or 30 hours. And nothing is going to cause me any stress. I'm fully capable of staying calm, being patient, and go through any challenges during this trip. There are no reason for me to be stressed. So remind yourself to pay attention to your thoughts, words, and actions so that you will not allow them to cause discomfort, pain, or unhappiness to others. Prepare yourself to face the world with patience and a loving presence. The thing is that you prepare yourself to make money, you prepare yourself to do everything else, but you don't prepare yourself to do the most important thing that you need to do to make your life more meaningful and joyful. So if you keep releasing a little more light from your heart every day, loving heart will eventually get awakened. It's not going to come by itself. For a genuinely loving person, the word forgiveness is useless. When you're genuinely loving, there is nothing to forgive. Do you agree? I don't. I know that some of you might not agree with me and thinking, "Oh, it's very strange." Let me explain. First, let's take a moment to understand forgiveness. What does forgiveness mean to you? Think about it. You look at yourself and ask this question. Forgiveness? What does it mean? How do I do it? Have I done it before? The reason why you have to forgive is because you have been hurt. Either because of an emotional hurt or an emotional impact of a physical hurt. Usually, when you speak about forgiveness, you speak about hurt and pain caused by others. You have to forgive because the insults or unacceptable behavior of others have triggered a negative emotion or have triggered negative emotions such as bitterness, anger, fear, disappointment, discomfort within you. And they have settled in your mind. Forgiveness is supposed to help you to release them and heal them. When you are in a when you're in a loving state, or when you are in a loving state of consciousness, or when you are closer to your heart, all the challenges or conflicts in the outside world are perceived from a place of strength from your heart. This is very important to understand. I practice, I try to do this. I have reaped many good benefits from it. When you're connected to the strength in your heart, you're simply not capable of relating to other people's bad behavior with a negative reaction or negative attitude. It is because your perception of how you relate to a conflict has been influenced by love. Where does the emotional pain come from? Have you thought about it? Pain comes from blind emotional reactions. When you say, his or her words hurt me, that means you are stuck in a state of negative emotional excitement or negative emotional agitation. As long as the emotional agitation continues, your pain remains in place. And many, and it may continue. It may continue to grow stronger. A heart that is full of love has no space for negative emotions and simply not capable of producing negative emotional reactions. Let us think for a moment of an enlightened person whose heart has awakened and who has perfected a loving consciousness. The word forgiveness is completely useless for him or her. Why? No outside conflict will trigger negative emotions in the minds of such a person. So if you don't emotionally get hurt, there is nothing to forgive, no matter how bad the experience is. Actually, at that point, the word bad does not exist anymore. Everything is seen as just an experience. When an ordinary person gets emotionally hurt, it's very important to pay attention to that state, because one bad event can hold a whole life a hostage and sometimes can cause permanent damage to us. You need to cultivate a forgiving consciousness in order to heal and be free. I often meet people who are struggling with forgiveness issues. This is actually one of the frequently asked questions, because as humans, we always get hurt and we suffer from the pain. Some can't forgive and don't know how, and others don't want to forgive, especially those who are badly hurt. The pain, the emotions control the mind, so there is no space to even think, I want to forgive. The moment you think, I want to forgive, this emotion deceive you and take in back paths and prevent you making any positive choice, because suffering of that anger or bitterness is part of your identity. That's why they refuse to even think of forgiveness. Once a woman came to me and came to visit me and wanted some advice. She had gone through a difficult divorce and was in pain. She was angry and depressed. When I suggested to her that we need to work on forgiveness, she immediately says, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to forgive. After a bit of discussion, she says, well, I will forgive him only if and when he apologizes for all the horrible things he did to hurt me. I clarified her own statement to her and said, what you're telling me is that you have chosen to let your feelings hurt and torture you until one day he apologizes to you. He apologizes to you for the past events that hurt you. Let me ask you some questions. Do you think it is a smart choice? Do you think that you have been misled and blinded by the ego that is hurt? What has happened is over. The enemy is gone away. Then where is the pain coming from? It is coming from a dark image in your mind, in your head. Your pain is connected to the painful feelings you experience then. The painful memory is burnt into your brain. The painful feelings are now on autopilot, going in a circle, feeling miserable, feeling bitter, being stuck, being depressed. You have no control. If you don't gather your courage and forgive, nobody can take away your misery. The misery is not caused by him or her or even by you anymore. It is caused by the dark image in your head. At this moment, forgiveness has nothing to do with him. Forgiveness is about discharging the negativity from the image in your head and removing or releasing the dark energy. The question you should ask yourself right now is, am I going to carry the weight of the dark image and pain until he comes and tells me, I'm sorry, please forgive me? Or will you say, I refuse to carry this burden in my head and choose to do everything in my power to guide my mind out of this pain, out of this misery? If you really care about yourself, you have to make a choice. You need to gather the courage and face what is going on within you. When the mind becomes calm, when the pain is brought into the present moment awareness, the forgiveness consciousness or forgiving consciousness in your heart is awakened. Let us consider the warmth in your heart as light and the pain of negative emotions as darkness. When the light rises, the darkness naturally moves away. You can't fight your pain. In the same way, you can't fight darkness. If you don't want darkness, turn up the light. Turn on the light. We must let the light heal it. When the heart energy awakens, the emotions that cause you pain get healed, and you find the conflict within you get resolved, and you are in peace. To forgive does not mean to forget, or forgetting painful experiences does not mean you have forgiven. Often forgetting means repression, and it can easily backfire, come with vengeance back at you. Repressed anger or emotional pain can stay in a corner of your mind, in your mind, and gather negative strength. Then one bad thing that caused you pain that you mishandled in the past will take away happiness and joy from many other good things in your life. You shouldn't let that happen. That is why instead of trying to forget the bad things or painful experiences, you need to face them, accept them, and understand with conscious awareness and with the forgiving consciousness. If you keep doing that, Eventually, you awaken a forgiving heart, which will remain a noble companion in this lifetime for all your life. May you all succeed in finding strength and courage within you to forgive all painful experiences, painful moments, hurt, discomfort you might be carrying within you, so that you can be free, you can be happy, you can make your life meaningful to yourself, and your heart will open and the love will flow freely, and the life will be beautiful. May the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha be with you all. May there be peace, love, and harmony in your life. Charika wishes to share the blessings, the merits we acquired through this noble deed with the aunt, uh, Mrs. Sumitra Veradua. Sumitra Veradua passed away last week after living over 100 years. And she is the older sister of Dr. Ariratna, who is the father of Dr. Charika Marasinghe. I heard that she was healthy and never took any medicine all her life and peacefully passed away at her home. What a blessed life she had. She have had. Let us share the blessings with her, the merits that we acquired through this wholesome deed, and wish her a happy and peaceful journey. Peaceful journey in this long journey of samsara. And let us bring our palms together and recite together. Idamme ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Let us also share our blessings, the merits we have acquired with the devas and all the other beings. Akasattha ca bhummatta devanaga mahintika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakhantu loka sasanam. Akasattha ca bhummatta devanaga mahintika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakhantu desanam. Akasattha ca bhummatta devanaga mahintika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakhantu Mam Paranti.
On behalf of both of us, first I would like to thank our Venerable Vimala for that excellent advice you gave us. I hope that loving kindness and forgiveness and a proper development of our consciousness to force any challenges in life will help all of us who listen to your sermon, Bhante. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. May you attain the highest possible level of enlightenment.
I'm going to also give my blessings to Charika and Dr. Ari Ratna Mahathir, to you and your family as well, and to everybody who is here. And let's all close our eyes and join our hands together and breathe into our hearts and share our loving, warm, happy feelings with Charika and wish her a happy journey for the rest of her life. And may she be healthy, happy, and find peaceful spiritual happiness in her life. And may the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha be with you. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho. Vijacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu. Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati. Sattha deva manusanam buddho bhagavati. Bhavatu sabbha mangalam rakhantu sabbha devata. Sabbha buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabbha mangalam rakhantu sabbha devata. Sabbha dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabbha mangalam rakhantu sabbha devata. Sabbha sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Abhivadana silissa niccang uddhapachayina. Chattaru dhamma vadhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang. Ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha. Atho nibbana sampatti iminate samicchatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let us take a few minutes to do a short guided meditation. So please close the eyes and turn attention to your breathing and feel the breath. When you breathe in and out, observe the breath, feel the sensation of the movement of your breath. Follow the breath to the center of your chest. Notice the rhythmic rising and falling of your chest as you breathe in and out. Each time you breathe out, allow the chest muscles to relax. Each time you breathe out, visualize you are letting go, releasing any stress, tension, pressure from your chest, from your lungs, from your heart, allowing your chest to relax deeply. As you breathe in, notice the rise and fall of the abdomen. Breathing in, the abdomen rises, and as you breathe out, it falls. Feel the sensation of the movement of the abdomen. Each time you breathe out, let the muscles relax. relax. Pay attention to your neck and the shoulders. Breathing in, gently lift the shoulders, and as you breathe out, loosen them up, let them relax. Relax your shoulders. Both arms from the shoulder all the way down. Feel the hands, feel the fingers. As you breathe out, let your hands become lighter. Let them relax. Relax your hands. Your eyelids are gently closed. The eyes are relaxed. Breathing in, following the breath to the center of your chest. Bringing in peace. As you breathe out, feel the whole body and think to yourself, my body is relaxed. Breathing in, feel the breath. Breathe out, body becomes lighter. Let the body relax. When the body relaxes, the mind naturally slows down. The mind becomes calmer. It's easy to focus and become aware of each moment. Become aware of whatever you're experiencing. So breathing out, my body is relaxed. Let the body become lighter, relaxed. Breathing in, following the breath to the center of your chest. Visualize the warmth in your heart. Feel loving kindness towards yourself, or direct loving thoughts to yourself, thinking, may I be kind, may I be loving, may I be patient, may I be kind. Whenever you're kind, you're happy. May I be loving. Whenever you're loving, you feel happy. May I be patient. May I be kind, loving, and patient. As you remind these words to you, as you remember the meaning of them, breathing in consciously, visualize that these virtues get nurtured as you consciously become aware, or you present in this moment, you're present in this moment, and you deeply reflect on the meaning of each word. May I be kind, loving, and patient. Now breathing in peacefully and mindfully, remind yourself that When you are kind, loving, and patient, you're happy and you make others happy. As these virtues become stronger within you, your life becomes more meaningful. You feel fulfillment in your life. So, taking a couple of more conscious breaths, breathing out mindfully and peacefully. Greet yourself with a gentle smile. Bring your attention to the present moment. Open your eyes.